It is Monday, and I think that by the time this video comes out, I will have been living in Venice for a whole month. So, crazy how time flies. Today I had my design class, which was very interesting, which was very nice. For this design class, our homework was to sketch a chair. I made my sketch and I showed it to a teacher, and she said that it's very nice, and she looked through my sketchbook and said that I should continue making architectural sketches. So the academic evaluation for the day is gained. Right now I'm gonna go to the history class. By the way, I cannot express enough how cool it is that this is my homework, like sketching a chair and not solving some chemical problem or something. I hated chemistry in school. That was my least favorite subject, and I'm so happy that I don't have to make this type of homework anymore, and I just get to draw for my homework. Outfit of the day is this. To be even more precise, the outfit of the day is this, because it's getting colder. My bear bag, of course, a staple of my outfit. By the way, check out how nice this tie is. It says funny cats. Funny cats indeed. Heading out to history. Be right back. History wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. Turns out I didn't miss that much. Anyways, today on the design class, we were talking about a very interesting thing that I think would be interesting to you. Let me just revise my notes a little bit. We were talking about the fact that design should be easily mass-produced, and that it should be made in a way which allows the designed object to be mass-produced. We were talking about the first examples of mass production. And the first example of the mass production is a book. Well, it's a Bible that was made by the process of stamping letters onto the paper. What I wanted to say is I wanted to tell you about an interesting person from Italy, from Venice, I'm pretty sure. His name is Aldus Manutius, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. And he was the first true book publisher, because he first of all invented fonts that were easier to read. Second of all, he mass-produced books. Third of all, he had a logo on his book, and he had a catalog at the end of his books which tell you about the other books that he produced, and he had a full
nice job,
team of people that were producing the book, that were I'm pretty sure translating them as well. He also invented the italic cursive font, and he actually invented it because the letters in this font were thinner, so they saved ink, and it was cheaper to produce books in cursive font. I'm pretty sure that's all that I wanted to tell you about it, just so that it was a cool fact, and since there are quite a lot of people interested in books on this channel, I thought you might be interested to know that. Hello, good morning. Today I don't have that many architecture related classes. Actually, I have none architecture related classes because I have Italian right now, and then I have academic writing. The previous week I was a little bit grumpy. I had some problems with my SIM card and with the internet, and I was so grumpy and sad that I didn't go anywhere really. I was just sitting at home that week, but this week it's fine. The problems are gone, and I want to walk around a little bit, even though the weather, I'm pretty sure, is not the best. Okay, it's 13 degrees today. 13, and whoa, it's pretty rainy this week, but okay, it's okay. I look like someone in this outfit. Like I look like I'm some character or something, but I can't understand who I look like. My mom always hits me with a good doppelganger, so I'm gonna ask her who does she think I look like right now. Mom said that I look like A, Sting from Englishman in New York music video, and B, Sherlock. And I think that that's what I had in mind. I look like kind of like Sherlock because of the coat, because of the scarf, you know. Yesterday I was buying date plum fruit and I wanted to use a little bit of my Italian skills. So I asked the seller quanti costi gli cachi, so how much do they cost, but he answered me in English but I did not surrender and I continued asking and said posso pagare con la carta, meaning can I pay with a card, and he just showed me thumbs up. Hello, I'm in some park out here and I wanted to tell you a little bit about what was happening in my life. So I recently had a very nice, a very cool, amazing Italian architecture class. Italian architecture is my favorite subject, and on this class we were on a lecture, but not in a classroom. We were in a museum attending an exhibition by a Korean artist who makes his art out of old books, out of paper basically, and all of his artworks are related to climate change, climate crisis. He's making his art with paper because he wants to reuse old books that are no longer, you know, proper to read, and he wants to reuse them and make something new out of them. And besides just this being a very cool exhibition that we were able to attend because of this class, our teacher also told us that some of the works by this artist could be interpreted as architectural maps or something like this. Like, you can look at them and the artwork is kind of quite abstract, and you can interpret it as you want, of course, but you can also interpret it as an architectural map. And the works in the museum by this artist as well, they were interesting in a way that the artworks that were hanging on the walls, they were giving off a shadow that looked kind of like, how's it called, a city line, right, with skyscrapers and everything. And that was a very interesting exhibition, a very interesting class. This week on Italian architecture class I was having my midterm, and my midterm was on Hungarian Pavilion at the Venice Biennale, and I was talking about the Hungarian Pavilion, about its architecture and everything, and got the highest mark. So once again, claiming the name of an insufferable know-it-all. It's a celebration today. People are celebrating the end of the plague. But of course, as our Italian teacher said, people nowadays are not so much celebrating the end of the plague as just celebrating this day out of tradition. And what's very interesting about this day is that every year on this day, 21st of November, there's a temporary bridge built, and I decided to go on this bridge today since it's only once a year chance. From what I understood after reading an article about it, this bridge is traditionally made so that people could go to Basilica del Salute here in Venice, because naturally there isn't a bridge that goes over the Grand Canal to this basilica, and so for one day in a year there's this bridge so that people could go there. as homework for my design class, I'm once again drawing a chair, a different one this time. Also, yesterday I decided to draw a little bit with my watercolors, but I forgot the majority of my brushes at home, and I only have two, one of which is too wide and the other is too small. But you know, that doesn't stop a good artist, so I'm trying to draw with what I got. I was just sitting in this little park drawing this chair when I noticed that there are either identical or very similar chairs standing in a cafe in front of me. Also, yesterday I went to a thrift shop. There was this nicest little elderly lady who was selling the stuff in this thrift shop. And she was saying something to me, but I didn't understand, so I told her, mi dispiace, non parlo italiano tutto bene, which means, sorry, I don't speak Italian that well. So all the time I was in the shop, she was trying to speak to me in English, and then I decided to also practice some of my Italian with her. So I told her, sono studenta, studio italiano, ma non parlo italiano tutto bene, which means I'm a student, I'm studying Italian, but I don't speak Italian too well. But she said, no, parlo italiano bene, molto bene, and gave me a brochure of their thrift shop. That was the cutest interaction. Italian teacher said that today there's some sort of record for the high waters for Acqua Alta, and it's 170 centimeters, but that there's some sort of system that keeps the city from flooding, so it'll be fine. But the wind is still very strong and the rain is still pretty crazy. On a different note, I bought some biscotti with Stranger Things. Look. It has 011 on it. Okay, taste test. I wanted to say pretty normal Oreo type cookie, but I don't know, it's a little different. It's very tasty. Nice one.